Hey there, geeks! Adam coming at you with another Wizards Haul video. I got to go on a little vacation for the 4th of July holiday, and as I'm wont to do, I will stop in a comic book shop if I see it, so I was able to locate a few and wanted to share some of the stuff that we found. First up, The Adventures of Bayou Billy by Archie Comics, okay? So I picked up one of these issues many years ago, and it was so bonkers, because I remembered playing the video game. They take this in so many directions, I had to read the rest of the series. Now, while I was in there as well, I was trying to keep my 4-year-old occupied, and I showed him Planet Terry. Star Comics are for kids, and he was very taken by that, so always fun to grab one of those. But I was especially excited to find, where is it here? Yes. So, Death Race 2000 comics, okay? So I talked about these on the podcast a while back when they were advertised. I loved the movie, and these comics were fantastic, so to get a few more issues in that series was a real thrill. A couple random Marvel pulls. This one here, The Incredible Hulk, I was just kind of curious to see about this. It was talking about a new beginning. I was wondering what that might be, because it looked like it was Joe Casey that was writing it, so I was like, where's Peter David? RoboCop 2, this is the second issue in the adaptation of this. I have quite a few RoboCop comics, so I wanted to grab that to add in. Also, this Wonder Man, I had picked up the first two issues in a back issue bin a few months back, so I wanted to grab this one. It just looks so fun. Introducing Spider Sidekick Supreme. I gotta know who this kid on the skateboard is. Also, while I was out and about at these comic shops, I was listening to our friends, the Dollar Bin Bandits. They were interviewing Howard Chaykin. So literally as I'm flipping through, I'm finding American Flag comics. So I decided I just gotta grab them. Just cement that moment in time. Now, eventually my kids started flipping through the back issue bins as well. They'd seen me do it so many times. And again, my 4-year-old's like, Dad, what do you think of this one? And I kind of gave him the basic outline of the Age of Apocalypse. He's like, you should get it. So I was like, okay. Now I have an issue of Generation Next for no real reason. But the reason I picked these up, though, there were some Marvel team-up books here. I have a few of these that I've collected over the years, but Brian Michael Bendis writing this Ultimate Marvel team-up series. Plus, this one was just fun. You get a little bit of... I actually think I had this one, but I was thinking for the kids, that art style might appeal to them. Now, getting into Wizard Magazine proper, recently on an episode, the Mort of the Month was none other than Wild Dog. And I hadn't seen a Wild Dog book for a long time in the back issue bins. I finally want to find out what he's all about, see if there is any redeeming quality, because I'm convinced if we ever get the Peacemaker Season 2 that he's going to be a part of that. Mark my words. But also in Wizard, something that was being covered was Crimson Plague by George Perez. And I always wanted to read it. I had never seen it anywhere, and I finally found these back issues. I was very excited, read through it. Fun series, but it goes through all the details in there as to how he was trying to self-publish it, and it didn't quite work out. And these are the later reprints and continuation that he was doing. I know that later on, also in the Wizard run, Top Cow's Midnight Nation is something that is offered as a half issue, so that was a big deal to grab. Now, the last one here I was not expecting to find, and if you listen to the podcast, you know I'm a Mike Allred Madman fan. So to get this issue of Graphic Music, which is not the first, but it is definitely a very early appearance by the Frank Einstein character who becomes Madman. So this is his comic that predated all of that. So it was very fun to find this. You just don't come across these very often. So that was pretty awesome. Now, let's get into some Wizard merch. All right, so as far as Wizard merch goes here, a lot of you get very excited on our social media, at Wizards Comics on Twitter, at Wizards_Comics on Instagram, when we're posting the basic training, how to draw segments from Comic Book Pros and Wizard Magazine. And many of you know that eventually those were collected into this How to Draw series. And so this is definitely not the first one. That actually goes for quite a bit of money these days. But I was able to get a deal on this particular copy, looking to grab more to help complete our archives here. But there's great stuff here. I mean, Jim Lee is in there. You got Jim Calafiore. You got Bart Sears, Mike Waringo, all sorts of great people there. Now, speaking of great artists and these books, these collections that Wizard was wanting to promote, we have a lot of posters of the promotional kind for Wizard. And one of these that was just so unique, I had to grab it when I saw it, was this. Okay, so This is promoting all the hardcovers, okay, that Wizard was offering. So these, like, this Jim Lee Collected Edition, Alex Ross, this X-Men. We have a few of these in the archives, not all of them yet. But of course, they use the Spider-Man versus Superman art that Alex Ross contributed. So anyway, I just thought that was really neat because they're not even promoting a specific issue or a special. They're saying specifically, hey, check out all these special hardcover collected editions we're offering now. Finally, though, the one that really got me excited, recently on social media, we were posting some special collections, kind of more obscure stuff in the archives. And one of those was Entertainment Retailing Magazine, which was Wizard's magazine, oversized, that they were sending to the retailers to kind of say, hey, we're your insider source, right? We have a lot of them in the archives. We have almost a full run, but we were missing this. And just look at how dynamic that Gambit cover is right there. This was so cool to find. On the back, you actually see Bart Sears' Brute and Babe comics. Like, this is 1994 when this was coming out. And inside, as most of these issues did, it actually has a promotional poster, which was for Wizard 37, which was Rob Liefeld supplying a Youngblood cover, which was one of two that he actually got into the magazine back to back, which is kind of crazy. But this has all sorts of stuff in here, just like giving tips to retailers, things like that. There's even a piece in here on collecting sports cards and selling those. And what I found so interesting was that they actually cite the Last Action Hero trading cards and how there was so much overstock left because nobody bought them and the movie bombed. And we just passed the 30th anniversary of that film. As you can see right here, I love my Last Action Hero, so kind of cracked me up. But anyway, that's the fun that we have to offer you. There's more to come, and we will be back with a haul video soon enough. But if one of those comics appealed to you and you know about it, tell me, because I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. But hey, until next time, keep your books bagged and boarded.